Coming to you live again at 0800 hours, 59 minutes, Thursday, May 23rd, 2019. This one is a follow-up on it's not a part two of African Descendant Men building. This one I forgot to mention, so this is another segment since it's fresh on my mind. It's African Descendant Men series, African Descendant Men skills. Building upon your skills. What is skills? Based on your dream or the reality you grew up in, what did you want to be? What I wanted to be was a basketball player. And that actually required within me that I wasn't going to be taken away from people that was in the same pay gap, or grew up in the same neighborhood. To me, I always defined my skills about how can I help. I learned my calling, my anointing is to be a great helper. There's nothing wrong with being a helper. And how was I able to help? Wherever I can place my hands on, that is whom I'm going to help. If they want me to help and they allow me to help, I will help them. But if they didn't want my help and didn't allow me to, I did not. See, I'm using the word allow. Excuse me, I was just sneezing up a storm for some reason, so now my nose running. No allergies. Every time I take a shower or a bath, that's what happens. So, upon that, I had to learn, hey, I'm really good at helping. That became my craft, my art. Because every art, every person has, I don't want to say a design, but they have a need or a want that you can truly put yourself into. And take the time out to really know who you are. And that was one of the things I learned. And then after I know who I am, I was a helper. That's another thing added on to my I am, truth, resolve, resolution. And I am a helper. One to another. And I never thought that that made me less than the type of man I wanted to be, an African Descendant man. That actually made me stronger. Because by me helping, I gained so many skills. See? You never know what you're calling. When you're calling, you don't know what is it for, but you have an idea. And as you are building, you're going to come upon men that are building as well. And they provide you the opportunity to better your skills. Or not even just men, women. Of whatever ethnicity. I don't limit myself to, I'm a helper to one. Because I know in the long run, it's a benefit to me. And that's how I look at things. Sometimes. But if I'm learning a skill, that's benefiting me, and I'm not looking at everybody from my benefit of the skill I'm going to gain from a thing that I was given access to. So what I do, I take the time out to understand first the power of oneness of who I am, and had to learn who am I. And upon me doing that, I became a great helper. And what do I mean by skill? You're not born with the individual right to know everything. So usually you are learning. My first example, since a lot of us men haven't had our fathers there, and some of us did, we can even learn from the men that had their fathers there and take, because with my guy friends, they'd tell me a lot, and I watched. And I was like, oh, okay. And sometimes they can be resentful to their fathers and things of that nature. But that's another topic. So I paid attention when I was around their fathers growing up. Or older, wiser men that whatever I was trying to learn, I was learning. You don't got to take everything from everybody. Just take some good information, throw away the rest, lock away with those, like, oh, okay. If they talking about taxes and you're not talking about taxes, you're talking about politics, and you're talking about your income, that's going to play a part later on in your life. So let me put that in my storage file and not disconsider it and think upon it later. But at this time, I'm thinking upon how can I raise my investment. And my investment in me is my skill. So with my skill, so by trade, let's say I am a layman. And the layman, I'll use the overall broad term layman, is a man that can use his hand for multiple things. That's what I learned I have became. And my first layman, I'll say prospect of understanding was learning how to, what was that? Carve wood or cut wood. To not sizzle it, to saw or to what's that called? When you can't think of the word, but you sawing it, you measuring, and that became my first skill, which I'm still not good at pretty much measuring. But I am really good at doing other things as laying cement and piping and things of that nature, which is more towards the other skills I learned and put together, so that make your skills all around, or you become well-rounded. But there's levels to the skills like novice, beginner, intermediate, master, or advanced. We don't use the word master because usually that comes with the term of saying that you know everything. In some of your skills, you can know everything, and that's great. And I'm not going to knock nobody for knowing everything. And once you know everything, you have took the time out and mastered that skill. But then in some cases, you may not find the right income, the pay grade you're seeking, and all that. So you learn those other skills that align to the skills that you're aiming for, or that you already once had or have now. So you better in yourself. So that's the building of an African descendant man. Just because you went to school, you learned it, that don't mean you're going to get the job or the placement, the position the first time around. It might take you a few times. I don't care if a man came to yesterday and got that position you was thinking. Who's saying he's not even qualified? Who's saying he's even good at it? But you know who you are. And as you continue to build yourself, and this is one thing as men that I don't want to see, don't become resentful in another man receiving a placement or position, because maybe it's not your time. Maybe you are suited better to you're not, he's really your understudy. He's about to learn from you. Think about that. It's going to make whatever you're doing much easier now, because he's learning from you. And you about to be, then, unless other things factor in and you don't get paid, that's different. But that's another story as well. So, as an African descendant man of skills, make sure your skills is on point. Don't limit yourself. You're not obligated for one thing. You are not. That's not the only thing you should be doing, and you should always be your best you. Try your hardest, do your best, no matter how it look, and don't allow other people opinions to dictate. Take their advice, use what you need, and run with it, and do the best that you can do, and do the best that you can be. So what I say unto one, I say unto all, is your path, is your journey, is your choice. Choose wisely. And this is just predicated on skill building, increasing your skill, and bettering your skill. Because it's all going to better you in your future, and you never know what's going to come your way. Shalom.